The horizon star was the pride of the Pacific Ocean, a floating city glittering with glass towers, neon lights, and laughter going from deck to deck. On the fourth night of its journey from Singapore to San Francisco, everything felt perfect. The sea was calm, the stars were diamonds on black velvet, and the passengers danced under moonlight. Among them was Adil Khan, a 32-year-old mechanical engineer from Karachi. He wasn't a rich tourist, just a technician hired to monitor the ship's engine systems during its maiden voyage. He often preferred to stay below deck, where the hum of machinery drowned out the chaos of the war above. That night, as he sipped his black coffee near the engine control panels, the captain's voice echoed on the intercom. Больше чем, ladies and gentlemen, you're expecting mild rain tonight. Nothing to worry about. Enjoy your evening. But Adil noticed something strange. The pressure readings on the auxiliary turbines were flickering. Not much, but enough to betray an engineer's instinct. He made a note, tightened a few valves, and thought little of IT. Up above, on deck 9, people were laughing, drinking, and taking selfies with the endless blue behind them. Among them was Emma, a marine biologist from Austria, traveling to present her research in San Francisco. She was fascinated by the not afraid of them, and her to Louise said, "Больше чем, the ocean isn't cruel. It's just a mystic." Round 10 часов вечера, the first raindrops hit. The sky turned a deep purple, and the wind began to roar like an angry goat. The lights flickered once, twice, and 10. Silence. The music stopped. The laughter turned into nervous whispers. Down in the engine room, Adil's heart sank. The generator alarms were screaming. Больше чем, power grids unstable, backup systems failing. He grabbed the radio. Больше чем, bridge, this is Adil Khan, engineering control. You're losing main turbine synchronization. Requirement emergency shutdown end. The line caught out. A sharp metallic bang cut through the hole. 10 or another. The ship tilted slightly, just enough to make every tool on the ship slide and crash. Adil rushed out of the engine room. Steam hissed through the pipes as the emergency red lights blinked on. He ran up the stairs, water already dripping from the ceiling. On deck 3, chaos interrupted. Crew members were shouting in multiple languages: English, Mandarin, Tagalog, Urdu. People were running, holding their kids, clutching their luggage like IT would Saviterum. Adil grabbed a live west entry to reach a control bridge, but the corridor was blocked by falling debris. He turned back and saw a young boy crying beside his unconscious mother. It were thinking. He lifted the woman and carried her to the nearest evacuation point. The intercom crackled again. Больше чем, all passengers proceed to lifeboats. Repeat, proceed to lifeboats. This is not a drill. The storm outside was no longer a storm. IT was war. Waves 30 feet high slammed against the hull, breaking windows and flooding the lower decks. The horizon star, once majestic, now looked like a wounded beast fighting to stay alive. Adil finally reached deck 7, where lifeboats were being cleared. But one of the mechanical cranes was jammed. A boat full of passengers dangled dangerously above the ocean, its cables creaking. Adil saw the problem instantly. The servo hydraulic had lost pressure. He climbed the wet steel frame as rain blinded EDSAs. The wind screamed in Adil's ears, threatening to throw him off. Emma, the marine biologist, saw him from the deck and shouted, "Больше чем, you're insane. Get down." But he didn't. He pulled out his wrench, tightened the valve, and fired the hydraulic lever back into place. The system hissed, and the lifeboat descended safely into the black sea below. People cheered. For a brief moment, hope returned. 10 lightning struck the main antenna tower. The shockwave rippled through the ship. The bridge went dark. The horizon star began to tilt. 10 градусов, 10-20 градусов, 10-30 градусов. Adil stumbled, hitting his shoulder against the railing. He saw Emma still on the deck, trying to help an old couple reach the last lifeboat. He ran toward her, grabbed her hand, and pulled her away as a massive wave crashed over the deck, swallowing the stern section of the ship. Both were thrown into the freezing water. The last thing Adil saw before losing consciousness was the great ship's name glowing faintly underwater, HFY-style, before it vanished into the abyss of one la penitentiary says, everything was silent, except for the distant royal seagulls and the faint slash of water. He was floating on a broken piece of the ship's hull. The sun had risen, painting the ocean gold. He coughed out the water and looked round, and was blue. Then he saw a hungry pink and another piece of debris nearby. Emma! He swam to her, half shoes, and pulled her closer. She was breathing, barely. Больше, чем ihre Erlei. She murmured, her lips pale. Больше, чем. For now, Adil replied. We need to find something that floats better than this. Hours passed. They tied two large planks together using Emma's belt and a force from the wreckage, creating a crude rift. The salt water burned their skin, but the fear of sinking was worse. Adil tried to stay calm, rationing a half-broken water bottle they found. His packet to keep Emma awake. Больше, чем. I was super set to fix engines, not survive shipwrecks. Emma smiled weakly. Больше, чем. You just surveyed to lifeboats. Cuts hundreds of leaves. Maybe the ocean was you want to. The afternoon sun was merciless. Both were dehydrated, dizzy, and weak. Then, on the horizon, they saw something, a flash of orange. A lifeboat. They waved, screamed, even set a broken mirror to reflect sunlight. Nothing. The boat was too far. As the night approached, the sea turned colder again. The waves whispered secrets. The stars watched like silent witnesses. Adil and Emma thought about everything. Their hums, their dreams, even jokes to stay sane. Больше, чем. When we get out of this, Adil said, he never complained about Karachi's heat again. And he never took the ROL land for granted. Emma replied. Then came the noise, distant rumbling. A cargo ship heading straight in their direction. They waved frantically. A flare, red and bright, shot into the sky from their rift. The cargo ship's horn answered. When they were finally pulled aboard, Adil collapsed, exhausted. Emma held to his hand tightly, even as it surrounded Teram. 3 days later, they were interviewed by the maritime authorities. Out of 2,000 passengers aboard HFY-style, only around 300 survived there. Adil's name was on the list of those who had survived lives before the final blackout. Emma found him later in the hospital ward. Больше, чем. You didn't just survive, she said swiftly. You fought the sea end to end. Adil looked out the window at the calm ocean beyond. Больше, чем. No one wins against the sea. He replied. IT just let you live, if IT wants to. But somewhere in that quiet smile of witches and in the sunrise outside, there was victory. Not over the ocean, but over fear itself. The end.